with what I pair it with. Alright, so let me kind of fill in the build so far. So I am going to use bound armaments. Bound armaments, very strong. Give you the extra stam and the extra light attack damage. Let's go. Alright, Dark Deal. Nope. Let's see, what would I pair it with? Hurricane. That's an easy enough set that you can farm for the pieces. May take you a little bit. Let's grab Critical Surge. So when you deal direct damage or physical, what about the other set? There's another set that, what is it called? Hold on. There's another one, and I forget what's it called. This isn't a bad set. Need something that's got a good amount of weapon damage and stamina. Could go Automaton. That's a good one. For physical damage, let me see what that would look like. See if I went auto. It comes in medium. Probably go in pin on that one. I think, no, I don't want Arcane. I want Robust. Let's see what else. Let's see what that looks like. It's 21. Auto gives you 1 line of stam. Twice Fang gives you. Oh wait. Auto is 1 and twice gives you 1. Puts me there. That's a pretty good amount to stam so far. Almost 29k. Almost 29k, and that's without. I think that's without passives. So that should put me to like 32 when I'm all said and done. Right, 31 with 20. That's a good amount of health. Magic is a little light. Weapon damage is a little low, so to add the weapon damage. It's physical harm. Alright, we got that. Let's put in the Twice Fang, so that stacks 5 times. That should be a decent boost. So that's 4,300 penetration from Twice Fang. If you're going for damage, your best bet would be Pen. We'll find out. That already puts me at 5,000 effective. Let's go. And that's even without medium armor passives. Let's go Guild. Put all these in. Let's put all these in. Let's go Sigic. We'll go Channeled. Could either go Channeled or could go with let me see what I want to do. Let's go Fighters Guild. I probably would go Flawless for the weapon buff. Let's add all these in. So you could go this route. Could go Camouflage Hunter. Right, that'll proc from Hurricane. That'll give you basically 100% uptime on Minor Berserk. And then you could go with either Trap, or you can go with Sigic Order. We've already got the mobility here, but that's a minor. I'm running a bow on the back bar, so that already takes care of Major Expedition. Let's go armor. Let's put this in. It's 31. Still a little light on the weapon damage, but we got a lot of pen. So let's see how far we can push this build. Let's add the passives. Let's put the passives in. Let's grab Critical Rush. Oh, this is, I always forget purchase line. Let's grab Sork. I think I did everything for Sork. Ta-da! Let's grab Rally. Let's grab Rally. And I'm gonna use Wrecking Blow because you don't need the stun. Because you're gonna get the stun from Streak. That's what I forgot. That's what I forgot, Streak. So now the next question is, do you want Critical Surge? Because you can only have one, right? Only have one. So maybe we'll drop Critical Surge, since this will take care of both. So I've got 1, 2, 3 damage abilities plus an ult. Streak is going to be your source of stun. My weapon damage is a little low. Let me see something. I have all my weapon damage clips here. And then I can put my buffs in. Oh, I don't have oh no, I've already got the 5 medium. Does auto not show up on your tooltips? 38, 95. I still gotta put my buffs in. So my resistances are fucking hella weak. So in terms of my sustain, I think my sustain would be fine because it's Imperial. The only problem here is my resistances. Let me put these in. I'm also missing my 2 heavy pieces. So I'm probably going to have to run 2 heavy here, unfortunately, or go 1 heavy, 1 medium. Probably go reinforced on the helm, and maybe a well-fitted. What would I run? Let's just say I just want at least 1 shoot-in. And we'll go... Let me see what the difference is on the heavy. Let's go well-fitted. So it's 24, 25. What's the difference between heavy and medium? Alright, I'll take it. I'll take the heavy. And let's go... My max stam is okay. My max magicka is a little light. I could go a Dama House heavy reinforced. That might put me at a better resistance level. So that's 1650 unbuffed, so that's okay. That gives me a little bit more max magicka. That puts me at 34, almost 34.5 for my max stamina. Right? It's almost at 6600, and that's without brutality. That's with twice fanged up. Alright, let's put brutality. That puts us at 71. This is with a pot up. Major intellect. You know what I need? I need... Oh wait, I should already have it right here. Right, so I should have Major Savagery up. Is it not showing? Okay, yeah. Major Savagery. Major Resolve. So that puts me at 21. So that's good for a medium armor build. That's okay. Gonna have Minor Berserk up because of Hurricane. And Minor Endurance from Brutality. We're gonna have Minor Force because of Psijic Water. Wait a minute, am I running Psijic? 1 second. It's a better question, I forget. Okay, so I could flex that, I think right there. So if you feel you don't have enough damage, like if you wanted to add a dot, you'd go Fighters Guild, and we would take, probably the easiest one would be this one. So you can kind of like fling it at people, like especially if you're in BGs, you can kind of toss it out into the middle of a group, toss it into choke points, and then I'll give you 10 seconds of Minor Force, plus a dot, plus a root. And we put that on our back bar because there's no room to fit it on our front bar. So that gives you the option right there, because you've already got access to Minor Expedition, utilizing a bow on the back bar, so that'll give you access to Major Expedition via the passive, and then, right, so that gives us Minor Force. We'll go ahead and run a Shock Glyph on our front bar to proc Concussion. Right, so that'll give us the chance to proc Concussion every time we engage. I think that procs every 4 seconds. Right, so that puts us at 36, almost 3,700. It's not a lot of weapon damage, but we are pumping out some pretty good, effective weapon power. Let me just look over the buffs. See if I'm missing anything. I think the only thing would be like when you get a... Oh, I forgot. The weapon damage glyph. Right, the weapon damage glyph. And then when you proc Concussion, which you should be able to proc on a fairly good reliability, you'll gain an extra 8% there. Don't have access to Major Fracture. And that should put us probably, I'd say, like around 9,000. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. 9,321 effective weapon damage. So that's a pretty well balanced build. So you've got a lot of some pretty good health recovery. Magic recovery is a little on the light, but you'll gain a little bit of magic recovery because of being Imperial, like your proc Red Diamond. Right, so that kind of synergizes with direct damage and then direct damage from Twice Fanged. So this is probably the next build that I'm going to farm for this patch. All right, so we'll go with, I guess this will be the build. Gunstare, thank you for the follow. All right, so so this basically, if you're looking for a Stamp Sorc build, right, this is a really good amount of spell damage. You got nice pen, right? You got 7,000 physical penetration and no CP. You got almost 33.5k stamina. That's a good amount of HP for survivability. The weapon damage, that's good weapon damage. 4,000. If you can't kill somebody with 4,000 weapon damage and 33 stamina, it might be a problem. 35% crit. That's good. Your physical resistance, again, this is a run. This is more like a run and gun. You got pretty decent healing coming in from Rally and Dark Deal. And then, so you're basically, your burst combo is going to be Critical Rush into a Wrecking Blow, Light Attack into a Bound Armament. So the Bound Armament tooltip, that's 40, almost 44 times 4. So that puts you like around 17k in terms of like one proc of Bound Armaments will give you a 17k dot. You got another dot here. You got a 10k tooltip with 5k up front. This gives you a root as well as a snare. Thank you for the follow. Your Wrecking Blow tooltip is 12k, and your Critical Rush is coming in at almost 6,500. And of course, it deals 50% more damage based on the distance. And then oh wait, you know what I forgot? Forgot about the Flawless buff. So that's gonna put us at like 96. Nope, make that 98.50. Some big boy damage, man. It puts you at almost 47.70. Totally forgot. Let me just double check, make sure I didn't forget anything else. And then after you secure a kill, your stamina recovery will go up to 1k. It's more than enough. It's pretty good health recovery, so you're not really going to be dark dealing all that much. And then right before you pop your DB, your heavy attack right? Because you're gonna want a two-handed heavy attack before you DB or before you go into like your next wrecking blow, right? Because it makes your next attack deal an additional 10%, and it's not 10% of your weapon damage, it's 10% of your effective power, right? It's very important to understand that, right? It says when you deal damage with a fully charged heavy attack, your next direct attack used within 7 seconds deals an additional 10% damage. That's 10% of this, right? So that this is what that boosts. Right, you can see it right there. Right, so when you hit, oh, it's not even showing up. They didn't update it in the tooltip, but it should update here. Right, so after a heavy attack, your DB goes to almost 15k, and then your wrecking blow goes to 17k. What's your light attack? Light attack on this build. Sometimes it doesn't update correctly. Light attack 2H. There we go. Yeah, it's not updating correctly. But your heavy, no, it's a heavy attack with a bow is coming in at almost 11k. And then a heavy attack with a two-handed, it's 8,300. It's not bad. It's not a bad build. And then you get a lot of, oh, I almost forget, then you also get, for the first, basically amplitude, the easiest way to put it in, amplitude is basically 5% because it scales from starting from 10% all the way down to 1%. So basically it's literally right in the middle, so you gain an additional 5% damage from amplitude. And then you gain some pretty good cost reduction, but you're not going to be blocking all that much in this build, but you can utilize persistence before you maybe utilize like a dark deal. So if you've got enough stamina to block, but your magicka is a little light, you can block and then cast dark deal for the persistence. It'll drop that to 15%, and then it'll turn it to 1847. Bound armaments should be up. So that is basically the build. So all in all, right, with flawless and then the proc from your glyph, you're coming in at 10,000 effective weapon damage on a no CP stamina sorcerer. So let's go ahead and save this one. We'll post this one. We'll give this one a fancy name. Stamp sort. We'll save it and then we'll post this one to YouTube. So those who are looking for a stamina sorc build, we've got one right there. Right, 5 automatons with 5 twice fanged, 1 Dama House, and then either a Mighty Chuden or any one of the 3, Lord Warden or Pirate Skeleton, whatever you can fit. I'd go 1 well fitted. I'd probably go at least 2 well fitted because you're gonna be roll dodging quite a bit on a medium armor build. It's where a lot of your, especially because our biggest heal is gonna be rally and dark deal. That's where your healing is gonna come from. So this is more like a running gun. You got decent health recovery, coming in at 1141. You got pretty good next stamina. Let me save that, make sure. And I think that's unless you golded this out, it's not really going to give you that much more stamina. So it's not really that important. You might get like an extra 30 or 40 stamina. And I think that's it. That one Chuden piece really kind of helps you out with the resistances. That extra 3k will come in handy. That's some nice physical pen. That's some nice physical pen. 7,052. That's pretty decent. I think in no CP and in CP, I think we can easily push this to like 15k. Right, if you wanted to see what it looked like in CP, we will add. Right, this is a medium armor build, so we'll go 19 into quick recovery for healing. I would typically try to get around 20% for defender. I'm not sure if that's 78. Nope, it's not. Maybe 56. Nope, that's way too much. 44. 20% I think is enough for reducing light and heavy attack damage. Not going into either one of these, and then try to hit at least 40% for critical resist. See if 56 is enough. Right, that puts us at 40. Direct damage, I'd say 20%. I would go with 20% direct damage. So that's fine. I think 19 might be enough. Let's see. Usually try to start at 19 and then go from there. Alright, so it's 270 is the max that we have to work with. So that puts us at almost 28k in a medium armor build. We're not done. It's probably gonna hit maybe 28 too. So I'd probably start here. Let's put that up to 9%. Right, and let's go 6. Oh, that'll push us to 10%. I think some people go 15. I'd rather have probably more into critical resist. Let's see what that is at 270. So that's 43%. I'll take it. So that puts us at, I guess that's the max because of the way they change CP. So 20, almost 27.8 health in CP. In terms of the damage, we'd go 78 into direct damage because most of what we're dealing is direct damage. That's a lot. I think 23 is enough. Am I gonna go Tactician? Might go in Tactician. Let me see. Let's see how I'll do this. So I could go for a little bit more pen. Let me see. We're at 752. Let's kind of round that off. See what that looks like. Let me grab my calculator. So 752 divided by 660 puts you at 10.7. So to get to 11, we're gonna go 660 times 11. That puts us at 7260. So we'll start there. All right, 7260. So that puts you at 11%. So we'll start there, and then we'll go. What's our critical? 35%. I think that's without the passive from Perfect Strike. So let's go 5% into Mighty. Never like to put too many points into Mighty. 5% I think is enough. I'd rather go Pen depending upon what the builder looks like. See how high we can get this up. I'd probably have to switch out. Maybe take the Chuden out and go more damage. Let's go back to CP. And let's go 9 points into Blessed. Actually, you know what? It's not. Physical Weapons Expert. Let's see what this looks like with 20 points into it. 20%, I should say. It's too much. If I'm gonna go Tactician, this is when you roll dodge, you set opponents off balance. I want at least 30 here, so let's go 30 here. So it's 23. There's nothing else really to commit to. Let's put this down to 20. So since I'm not going Tactician, probably switch this off to Dizzy Swing to get the extra 10% from the Ritual, from Exploiter, and that puts us as 44% critical, and we're at 60%. Let's grab another 10. That'll put us at 70%. So we're at 12. We can add the Exploiter passive. All right, so where is it? There we go. Exploiter off balance. And that's just because we'll just switch out the morph. That puts us at 13. And let me see, where can I eke out the most amount of damage? Because I've still got another 110 points to go. So I can go Right, that puts me at 6. That puts me at 1329. Right, 1329. I calculated this incorrectly already. Let me just do it based off of my total pen. So I want to go to 12%. So 660 times 12 puts me at 79. So I'm already at 12%. So let's go 13%. 660 times 13. That puts me at 85. 8580. 8580. So that puts me at 13%. Lazy, thank you for the follow. So that puts us at 13. Let me see what gives me the biggest bang for my buck. So at 1%, that puts me at 135. And then at 1%, that's 660. So that would be 21. 15. Put me at 2214. So Mighty is still better. Easiest way to do it. When you're trying to calculate the 1%, is just go how many points it takes you to get to 1%. See where it puts your effective power, and then go back to and then see where it takes you to get to 1% here. If it's more, then just put points there until piercing takes over. And that's basically how you would do it for all of the points. When you're trying to eke out the most amount of damage, just go 1%. 1% would be 660. Again, precise strike is only going to increase your critical damage and critical healing as well. I typically try to leave it between Mighty and piercing for overall damage. So for this point, Mighty is still best. You'll eventually hit the diminishing return mark, so you guys can take it from there. Obviously this is a medium armor build, so we're gonna go into tumbling. I'm not using Befouled Shade. I can go like a little bit into block. Not really gonna be blocking all that much. So you know what? Because blocking on a medium armor build is not all that great. You're gonna lose all your stam recovery. So there's no point in going into stam recovery. You are gonna be heavy attacking with this build to maximize your damage. So I probably put points into tenacity to maximize the amount of resources that you get. So let's go 10% into tenacity. Hey, good morning. Is it? I can't read your name. At Clarice? Forgive me if I said that wrong. For some reason, it's like the font is a little small on my other computer. I can't see it. We have decent health recovery, so I can go 19 into health recovery. Not worth putting points into magical recovery, and I could go 19 into stam recovery just for the sake of it. See, it's not even worth it. It went from like no point. Is there anything that I want? I don't want Master Gathering. Increases your movement speed. It's not worth putting 120 into this tree just to get wind running. I'd probably definitely go Break Free. You could go points into Siphoning. You could go Siphoning and Sprinter. So let's go maybe 19 into Sprinter. You're wearing medium armor, so it's not really... You're going to hit a lot of diminishing returns. So probably most of your best bet would be like reducing your opponent's recovery. And it reduces everything. So if you can get... Let's go to 70. Is that worth putting that many? So that's fine. Alright, and then put your last two... Can I take one from here? I can't. Alright, I can take points out of there. to hit 24. Let's see, what would I get out of that? So I guess that would be for your stamina. So you sit almost at 40k stamina. You'd probably hit like 17k once you put the rest of your points in here. So basically the build would look at almost 28k health with, let's just say conservatively, 17k magicka with almost 39.5 stamina, and then your effective weapon power would be 14k. Your physical penetration probably be a little higher because I haven't put the rest of the points in. I wouldn't put points into blessed. There's nothing else really here that you would go for. It's not worth going the 120 into tactician. You can just swap out and use what's it called? Dizzy swing. You'll lose a little bit of a light attack. Is there anything that gives you empower on this build? Unfortunately, no. But it's better than putting 120. Like, you're better off losing the extra light attack damage than going 120 into this tree. There really isn't anything, unless you're having like a hard time killing Magigosaurus. If you're having a hard time killing Magigosaurus, then you can put the points here, keep Wrecking Blow, and then reduce the amount of points that you put here. Stick this to 75. If anything, I probably would try to hit it to unlock Last Stand, because when you hit 20% health, let me see, how much is that? Just round it off. Times 0.2. So when you're at 5,600, you'll hit Last Stand. That's a good amount. I think that's a good amount of stam. I think you'll probably hit like 14.5 once the build is all said and done. I'm not sure if there's any other buffs that I would be missing to kind of eke out the most amount of damage. I think the more pen the build will tick up a little bit. I think I might be able to eke out another 500 effective weapon power. Let me see something on my scope. I think that's it. I was hoping to hit 15. I think the only way you'd be able to hit 15 is if you were willing to sacrifice or go with like another set. You could go infused if you felt that you have enough, but infused really only works really well if you're utilizing both major and minor brutality. And typically I would only do that on a DK, or if you were running a hybrid build. If you're running a hybrid build, then I recommend running infused, or if you're a stam DK, then I recommend running infused, or maybe on a Magplar, but typically no. So that's basically the build. You probably eke, like I said, you'll eke out another probably like 500. Let me see if I can min-max this build real quick. So let's go another 1%. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably going to be our best bet, because to get an additional 650, it costs us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Yeah, it's 8. It's 8 to get to the 1%. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Right, so we're kind of hitting that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so we're already at 8. So and then you just want to see this. Oh, so that puts us at 15 right there. Right, so we're almost there. Why twice Fang Serpent? Do the stacks refresh themselves when you keep dealing direct damage? Yes, they do. They keep on refreshing, so it's always gonna proc with Hurricane, because Hurricane deals direct damage. So twice Fanged is always gonna proc. It's basically 100% uptime, right? When you deal direct damage, your physical pen increases. Hurricane deals direct damage. It's always gonna proc. So you'll critical rush a light attack that'll give you 2 procs. Your Hurricane will proc that'll give you 3 procs, and then it'll quickly proc. You'll have 100% uptime on twice Fang. Welcome to the stream, Dragons. So that basically goes. So look, all right, we're already at 15. So So good. It's kind of what I wanted to shoot for. Let's finish this up. So we're already at 8 here. So I know it's 8 to get to the next one, right? So it's 2260. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right now it's too many points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll drop all that all the way down. So basically, this is probably going to be your best bet. So it's 660. I think that's one too many. Yeah. So then we're 660. That'll put us at 2890. 2890. How many points is that? Shit, I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, then from there you'd stop putting points into Mighty, because at that point it's not worth putting points into Mighty, and then you go right here. You'd go between here and here. You might want to put points into Thaumaturge. I forget if Thaumaturge affects Hurricane. You could utilize it for lightweight trap if you wanted to go that route. It's entirely up to you. But let's just say we just put all a couple more points. Let's hit we're at 9400. Let's go 660 times 15. That'll put us at 990. So let's go for 990. Right, so that puts us at the equivalent of an additional 15% damage, because our physical plan. Hurricane is direct damage. It deals direct damage. It'll still proc, and even if it didn't, your Critical Rush or Light Attack into a Wrecking Blow will already get 3 procs. You streak through him, which is considered direct damage. That'll be 4 procs. It's real easy to keep up, but you'll be able to keep it up with Hurricane. You can use Bound Armaments. You can Light Attack from your back bar. You'll Critical Rush, Light Attack. You'll already be at 2. Light Attack into a Wrecking Blow. You'll be at 4. You automatically use Bound Armaments. You get 100% uptime. There's multiple ways to make the most out of Twice Fang. Multiple ways on a Stamp Sword to make use of it. You got that beefy fucking Bound Armaments. It's 24k. 24k Bound Armaments. Let's finish this up. So from here, so we already got to 990. So let's see if we can get to 18%. So 18 times 660 will put us at 11,880. All right, let's go 11,880. Almost nearing the end. So yeah, probably at this point you're probably putting too many points into piercing, and then you'd go precise strikes or into Hurricane. So you could probably just put the last 5 points here, right? Because you'll get more than 1% right here. So that's what I was saying before. That's where you start. Once you max this out and you hit 6, then you go to here, and you go between here, and then you go between here, and that's basically how you min-max. So that puts us at 16k, almost 16k effective weapon power. So we'll go ahead and we'll save that. Alright, so basically fully buffed up, that puts us at 16k effective weapon damage. That's a lot of weapon damage. That's a lot of weapon damage. What's my tooltip looking like? 21k Wrecking Blow. You got almost 11k Critical Rush, and your Rally Heal is 47. Your tooltip on Bound Armaments is 6k, so that's 6k times 4, so that's 24k, and then you've got yourself a little dot, almost 8,900 for the initial hit, plus an additional 1,450 over time, and your streak is coming in at almost 9,600. So that's pretty. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I gotta remove. Excuse me, I gotta remove follow-up, so that's probably gonna put us down to 14 something. Oh no, that's right, follow-up was only showing in the tooltips. That's right, follow-up wasn't showing up here anymore. So a heavy attack into a wrecking blow is going to give you a 21k wrecking blow. All right, so make sure you hit them. Make sure you hit them heavies, because that's going to take your wrecking blow from like 19.9. Actually, we're not using wrecking blow. We would be using the other morph. We'd be using Dizzy Swing, so that we can. And it's not for the CC; it's for the off balance, so that we can proc the off balance and extra from Exploiter here. Expert Summoner? How? How does it proc the Expert Summoner? It's only when you have a pet. Did they change that? Because it says increases your max health while you have a Daedric Summoning pet active. It counts as a pet? Really? That's kind of broken. So that would put you at 29.5. Just shy of that 17k mark. So 16.5, 39.5, 29.5 HP with 47, 69 weapon damage, 44% critical, 72% critical damage, almost 22k resistances with a total penetration of 11,887 with an effective weapon damage of 16k. Only when a knife is up? Oh, bound armaments. I'm thinking hurricane. Oh, but that's easy to do because it should be up. It should be up all the time. That should be up all the time. Yeah, it's pretty much 100% uptime. Wow, I didn't know that. That's good to know. Oh, well, there you go. That's the build. That's the build. We're gonna call it Stamp Sword. So I guess I'll clip this and put this out some other time. And then of course you could eke out a little bit more damage, like for example if you were like an Orc or Red Guard, but Imperial works just fine. Imperial works just fine because it'll give you sustain. It gives you sustain and it gives you cost reduction. Right from the passive Red Diamond, 3% cost reduction, plus you gain yellow sustain when you deal direct damage, and then of course that will proc all the time because of Hurricane. So I think the only area where it's kind of weak would be like in the healing, because Dark Deal and Hurricane basically give you like flat amount. I think Rally would give you the most, but most of this damage, most of our damage is coming from a lot of the penetration and direct damage. But you got a shit ton of health. I mean, for a medium armor build, right? For a medium armor build, you're like just shy of 30k HP on a medium armor build. So it's not bad. It's a pretty good setup. And I think maybe the health recovery will give you a hand, and then you gain a little bit of health also when you deal direct damage from Red Diamond, but it's not all that much. I think Red Diamond... Oh yeah, it's only 33, so you're gonna get like 150 HP. I think the real thing is just the stamina sustain and the magic sustain. That's basically this build. So theory crafting on the fly. So if you're looking for a Stamp Sword build, there you go.